Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about a little bit more about the Microtia disability that I have and my hearing loss. So if you want to know more on this video, I am gonna talk about what surgeries I had, like what exactly was done, my pain levels, how long I was at the hospital, what was the treatment after surgery and everything. So this is all going to be about at the moment of the procedure. So if you want more about this, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to turn on the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I actually have so many things that I'm looking forward to do, so I really hope that you're there to be able to help me and support me. Let's go on. Okay, so like I told you guys, I'm going to be talking about a few things about what was done. I'm going to be answering some questions that I got on Instagram and from the personal email that I got. And I just want to let you guys know that I will only be able to share what I know. I don't have my medical records with me only because of this whole pandemic and coronavirus. It's not letting me do anything at the moment. I'm trying to stay home as much as I can, and so once I get that information, I'll be more than happy to share more. But I think that I might be able to answer most of the questions, and but I do want to let you guys also know that this surgery, all from the surgery that I got, this happened in late 90s, okay? So I was about 7 years old, and probably a few surgeries after a year from each other. I think that's what I can remember. But from the late 90s up till now, I'm pretty sure that technology has advanced with and has given more options for you to reconstruct your ears. Back in those days, I honestly don't think that there was any other option, and I have to be honest with you guys, I did not know, and I barely found out like a month ago, believe it or not, that now they do ear prosthetics. And I was like, really? Why didn't I not get that? But like, I don't know, I just felt like maybe because it was in the late 90s, they still didn't end up doing that. I don't know, but this is exactly what I ended up having. So I'm gonna be giving you more information if I have any future plans. So yeah, so let's go on. Okay, so one of the things that I do want to let you know is that I did have 4 surgeries, like I did mention on the last video. I did have a reconstruction of my ears on my first 3 surgeries, and then the last one, which is my 4th surgery, I had a cochlear baja implant, which I was born with Microtia and a hearing loss. Some people may only have the Microtia, so which they're lucky, but I'm you know, I was born with a hearing loss, but I was always told that it wasn't that bad, but which is not that bad, you know, but there is times that I do need the hearing aid. But I have not worn a hearing aid for the last 5 years because my hearing aid shut up on me, like in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, why did this happening to me? I remember changing the batteries and nothing. I went to vocational rehabs and nobody was able to fix it, not even the company, nothing. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna waste $6,000 right now. I don't have that type of money. And so I moved on with my life. I had to learn how to ask people to repeat themselves, or, you know, can you please stay a little bit more louder. So it was hard, but I got used to it, and I feel like sometimes I'll just give up, like, never mind, don't tell me anything no more. I'll just say, you know what, just don't tell me anymore. Yes. So it depends on the person as well. Some people may get frustrated, some people may not get frustrated, but it depends, you know. But what I do want to tell you is that what exactly I had done during my first 3 surgeries. I actually ended up having a rib cracked ear reconstruction, and I'm sorry, how many notes here? But what they did is that with that surgery, they needed to do 3 surgeries. Okay, so on the first surgery, what they did so they can reconstruct my ear, they needed to go to my rib. So what they need to do, they actually use the patient's own tissue to be able to create the ears. They don't use any other items or whatever there is to make your ears. They're actually grabbing that tissue from somewhere else in your body. So what they did is they actually went to like my lower part of my rib, and they got the cartilage, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, I'll put it in here. And so you know how we have 24 ribs, 12 on here and 12 on here. So they had to get the so they're like this, right? So on this portion is the cartilage, so they had to get cartilage from here to be able to reconstruct my ears. And what I have known, they have said that it is a painful surgery. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I did not feel any pain at all after surgery. I don't remember complaining or crying about surgery. What I was concerned when I was only 7 years old, so this is what I can remember. But I honestly don't remember crying out loud and of pain. My parents actually took care of me so well. They would actually give me my medicine right on time before the pain would come. But I don't think that I would ever complain about pain. One of the things that I was scared during the time that I came out of when I went home after surgery is that because they took out some of the rib cartilage on here, and that's the area where you bend, you know. At night I was not able to sleep on this side. I was only to be able to sleep on my back or on this side, but that's about it. And if I wanted to wake up, I would have to yell at my mom, but I couldn't yell because of the pressure. So I was calling my mom, and my mom would come over and she would help me like set up. She had to be very careful. So that I remember having to go through that. It was like, oh my goodness. But I do want to show you my scar. So it's right here, and probably like the same length of my finger, like that. But this is my scar, and you can tell, like if I take a deep breath, you can see my normal rib, and you don't see anything here because they got the middle portion of the rib right here. So I mean on this side, but this is how it would normally look like, and this is how it looks now. Please don't really make a big deal about it. I honestly have not gone out on a swimming suit or anything like that, so I don't really show that. But and even if I had a nice body and show it, I don't care anyways. But I feel like this scar actually represents me, and I don't have anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with showing it. I honestly don't mind showing it. But that was my first surgery. Before I went into surgery, and I eat or drink before midnight. I did remember being told that you cannot be out in the sun or get sunburned. They also said that you have to be fully hydrated and everything. And then so that day when I went into surgery, I remember that being there, I was like, I want to get out of here. And I remember that I was waiting for the doctor to come over. I said, are you ready? Like, no, I'm not ready. But I was not ready. I honestly freaked out, and I was actually doing okay with it, but I just felt like at the moment I freaked out. I was freaking out, and I was hoping that my parents would change their mind, but they didn't. And so I remember that they were gonna take me to the surgery room, and I started crying. I started crying so bad. I started crying because I felt like I was not gonna see my parents anymore. I didn't feel like I was gonna survive for some reason, which this was not like an emergency surgery, but I was little. I was 7 years old, and even though my parents had explained to me exactly what was gonna be done, in the way that I was raised, there was always a very good communication at home. So my parents were so good at telling me what was gonna be done, why is it happening, and everything, and what was gonna happen after that. And I knew what was gonna happen, but I don't know. I guess because I got nervous, something kept telling me like, "Oh, you might not see your parents anymore." And like, why are you thinking that? And I remember crying. I was scared, and I thought they were gonna open me while I was awake, and I was gonna feel the pain and everything. So it was scary. And so when I went into the surgery room, once I saw my doctor, Dr. Holman, he was my doctor. My Dr. Holman, he would actually say hi. I'm like, hi. And once I saw him, I felt better because I felt like someone in the room is someone I trust and I know. So yeah. And I remember that they put the anesthesia and boom, I fell asleep. And then after that, my mom was telling me that during the surgery, I went into surgery from 7 a.m. and I got out probably about 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. She does not remember. I have no clue, but she did said that it was a very long surgery, like a whole day surgery, and then it was like a 2-hour recovery. I was in the 2-hour recovery room, and then, but I do remember waking up, and when I woke up, the first thing I saw was my mom and my dad and my family members. But one of the things that got me thinking last night when I was thinking about it, like, it's just crazy how a 7-year-old child would have to go through this, and you don't know how your child is gonna react after a surgery. So I remember that my mom, she had me holding my shoulder and my laps, making sure that I don't go like all crazy, you know, like stay calm, like don't move because of the surgery, you know. And so I did come out with a dressing around my head because of my ears. And I remember that I had some pumps over here, so they were pumping out the extra blood that was in there. And so they were not gonna move the dressing, I felt, until 5 to 7 days after. And just to keep that area, you know, fresh and everything. So yeah, so it was kind of crazy. They had me walking after that just to make sure that my body would go back to normal. And yeah, it wasn't as bad as people thought it was gonna be. I heard that that kind of surgery, it is painful, but it wasn't painful for me. And it's crazy because I was only 7 years old. But anyways, that was the first surgery. The second surgery that I had, you're not gonna believe this, but what they did, they actually ended up getting a skin, what is it called? They got a skin graft from my buttocks, whatever. Yeah, but okay. And so I'm not gonna show you my butt, of course, but what they did, like the way it looks like, it's like they got a slide of skin. And nobody knows this, but I'm telling you guys that this is what they do on the second surgery. I don't know if they still do that now, but that's what they did. And I was actually researching that information last night, and they do still do that. But yeah, they just got a, a piece of skin. And right now it does look like my own skin color, but you can still see it. You can still see the scar. But like I said, I don't go around showing my blood or anything like that. I don't wear, my swimming clothes and stuff like that. But if I ever do, I wouldn't mind. So but yeah, that's exactly what they did. They did reconstruct my ears. I honestly don't know exactly what they did, which, like I said, I don't have my medical records. And on the third one, they just focus on my ears, and they didn't do any other surgeries on my body, but it was just focusing on my ears. And so during the surgery that I had, there was a lot of communication. My parents were given the options. Now, I did get a question about if you have any future plans. I honestly don't. Now, this is the reason why, and I just barely found out yesterday, and I'm gonna show you. So I found online, and I have my tablet here, and it says here, can a rib graft ear be reconstructed? And it says no. It says a rib graft ear cannot be reconstructed due to the amount of scar tissue that is created from the surgery itself, since the rib graft surgery required the rib cartilage framework to be inserted into a pocket of skin that covers the ear. There will not be any tissue left to work with for a second chance. So basically what I have is all I can do. I don't think that I can probably do other options like the Medfor, I think Medfor, something about that. But I don't think that I can do prosthetics anymore. I think it's too late for that. But honestly, I feel happy with my ears. I mean, they're not perfect. They're not better than everybody else. But I'm already used to it. And I feel like these ears that I have, the way that they were reconstructed, it just meant to be me, okay? I'm sorry, I got emotional. But yeah, I honestly barely found out that they have prosthetics now, and I feel like I'm happy. I'm happy with what I have now. I'm happy. I will not change that. I actually don't want to mess with that anymore. I just feel like if I do try to change something, it may not, it may be worse, or it may be a life changing, but I just don't want to change anything anymore. I think I'm fine. I'm better now. I always try to find a way to have a hairstyle where I don't really have to show my ears. And sometimes, like I said, I don't care if I'm wearing a big ponytail and people have the nerve to look, but I honestly don't care anymore. But no, I don't have any future plans for that. And even if I was given the option, I wouldn't, because one, they're expensive. My health insurance may not even cover, because it is considered cosmetic surgery. Maybe it's not, but I don't think that I would. But yeah. The other thing as well is that, and I had to barely question my dad about this like a few years ago, and I told my dad, like, were you told that when they do my ears, they did my ears to a 7-year-old child? So my ears were always gonna be small, So they didn't really think that I was gonna grow, and my ears were still gonna be tiny, And my dad said, no, they told me that when they do your ears, they were gonna grow as you grow. And I don't think they have. I don't think that they have grown at all. I still feel like my ears are still the same size from a 7-year-old child. I don't think that they have grown at all, which I don't really care because I don't have to show it anyways. But I barely had thought about that like probably a year ago, 2 years ago. I'm like, Mom, Dad, okay, this doesn't make sense. But yeah, but my parents wanted to take advantage of it because they knew that as I grew up, I was gonna have more self-confidence issues. I was gonna end up having a low self-esteem, and they wanted me to do those surgery as early as they could, so that way I don't have to go through that, you know. And so I believe, and I do believe that they made the best decision for me, and I am very grateful for that. But yeah, it's just like a lot of surgeries. I mean, for 4 surgeries, it's a lot for me. I mean, there's a lot of other people that go through a lot of surgeries, and it sucks. It really does. But I'm thankful that I only had to go through those surgeries. Let me see if I have any other questions. Okay, so when it comes treatments at home, I had to be in a room, which that room needed to be colder than the whole home, the whole house. And why is because I needed to keep the dressing, my ears as fresh as it could be. I remember having the surgery during summertime. And we live in Arizona, and summertime is like, it's hot, super hot. So I remember the first surgery was in my mom's room. After surgery, I was in my mom's room because her room was bigger, and that room was like very cold, and I could not get out of that room. And my mom's room had the bathroom, and so I could go in the bathroom without leaving the room. And so my mom would bring me food, and I remember that my mom would make me enchiladas. Enchiladas are my favorite meal. And I remember she made me that. She would make, light food, but at the end she would make something heavier for me to get full. But yeah, I remember having visitors coming over and like, how are you doing and everything, and I would get a lot of presents. I remember getting my dolls and my presents, the Barbie set and everything. But I was never bored, I was never alone. There was a TV in the room. When my dad would come home from work, he would just take a shower, eat, and then he would come into the room and spend time with me. So I was never alone, you know. I was always my sister was always there too, so there was always something to do. But I believe that in a week and a week and a half, I had to go back to the doctor so they could take off the dressing. But I honestly felt like it was like a month stuck in that room. And the same thing happened on the other surgeries. I had to be stuck in a room and had to be colder than the other rooms. And I remember the second time and the third time, it was in my room, and I needed to get out of the room to go use the bathroom. But because in my room I had everything, I had my clothes, my toys, and everything, so they chose to sleep in my room. And at night I would not sleep by myself. They would sleep with me as well. So yeah, it was actually very a long process for everyone, for me, my parents, my sister. But along with that, we have very, very good memories. So yeah, I'm very thankful for everything that was done, and I'm very thankful that I had a very good doctor, Dr. Holman. I have not heard about him for a long time, but if I do ever meet him again, it's like, and yeah, I really hope that I get to see him again. I heard that he's still alive. And he's not a doctor anymore, he retired. And so I really hope that someday I'm able to get a hold of him or being able to meet him again and just say thank you. But yeah, so the next thing, yes, of course they did give me some prescriptions, antibiotic pain relievers, just to make sure that I'm always you know, good and everything. They were not able to take me a shower, only like my body, my face. But after the surgery, after they took off the dressing, I remember my mom actually washing my hair, and you could see blood coming out because of my ears. But other than that, I needed to stay indoors. I needed to keep my ears fresh. I didn't have any struggles at all. I never had any infections at all as well. I actually never ever had ear infections, which I'm very lucky. I have heard, and even my kids, when they get sick with the ear infection, it gets so bad. And I just never had that experience, you know. But yeah, I never had the ear infections. I never had any infections on my scars. Everything has been great. I think that I was lucky enough to actually never had any pain. I don't remember having any pain, honestly. If I ask my mom and my dad, they might even say, no, I've never had pain. But let's see. You cannot go swimming from 4 to 6 weeks after surgery. Of course, you don't want to go swimming. Let's see. I just want to make sure I don't miss any. I mean, I'm just giving you the information that I know. I'm not an expert on this, but were you given any good advice from your doctor? My doctor, after those 3 surgeries, he did refer me over to another doctor to get the cochlear implant. That's the only thing that he told me he would recommend me doing. But other than that, he said I was doing fine and that I should have my normal life, and he was a very good doctor. So yeah. So are you getting disability benefits? No, I don't. I'm not getting disability benefits. I don't think I need that at the moment. I could get them, but maybe later on, if there's a point that I cannot work anymore. I honestly don't have any ideas if my hearing levels is gonna get worse, it's gonna be better, or it's gonna be the same as I grow old. I don't know. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, as I am growing, is somehow my hearing is getting better in a way, but I don't know, maybe it could change when I get older, and that's one of the main reasons why I need to keep my hearing aid, which I don't have one. But yeah, so I'm not getting disability benefits. I'm actually working. I've been working in the same job for 6 years, so I honestly don't see myself looking for another job. But if I do, then great. But I don't feel like I need Social Security benefits or disability benefits. I'm actually fine without them. So the other question is, do you feel any numbness on my ears, on your ears? No, I don't. I don't feel numbness. I feel my whole ear. I do feel everything. I touch it. I feel it. Everything is, I can feel everything. It's not numb. What about the anesthesia? The anesthesia, I'm not very an expert about that, but I was under anesthesia. I remember being told that I was being under anesthesia after the surgery and during the recovery room for 2 hours. So like, that's a lot of time. But I was a child, you know, and I don't know what was the levels, the anesthesia level that they put in. But back in those days, it was different. I don't know, but yeah, I believe 2 hours. Imagine my parents. I can't even imagine my parents in the waiting room, waiting, and I'm pretty sure that my parents would be thinking, oh my god, what if she does wake up, if she moves, she could hurt herself, la la la, and like, so I remember waking up, my mom was like there, and she's just holding me, like, do not move. But yeah, it's like, my daughter, she just turned 8. And it's crazy. I look at her and I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, yeah, I mean, I think that this is all I know at the moment. I was also asked about the mortality rate. I honestly don't know. I don't know, but I have a clue. But anyway, so yeah, so I really hope this really gave you more information about what I had and what was done. But what I do want to tell you is that if you do have this, the Microtia, you will be given options. You will decide whether you want to have one of those options, or the last one is not have anything and live your life without any surgeries. I've seen some people on Instagram that they haven't done anything, they left it as it is. So it's up to you. And a lot of people are scared. A lot of people just didn't want to do it when they were younger, and now they're more scared to do it now. So I do honestly believe, and I'm thankful that my parents let this happen when I was a child, because if they would have just leave it like that, I would probably not end up doing it now. So if you have a child, I would take advantage of taking the options at a young age, so that way when they grow older, they don't want to have to change their mind and say, I don't want to do it anymore. I mean, it's up to them, of course, but I remember being upset with my dad. I remember when my dad told me, you're gonna have a surgery, la la la. I would get so mad at him, like, Dad, you cannot do this to me. I remember telling him and begging him, like, Dad, please don't let me go through this. I don't want to have surgery. I don't want to have this done. And my dad would try to explain to me, like, Mija, like, this is why you're having it. When you grow old, I want to make sure that you're happy and nothing is missing. And so it was hard, but he was actually thinking about my future. So he's always been like that. He would always think about my future. How is it gonna help me? How is it gonna affect me and everything? So if we have a child, you have to think about their future. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, take advantage of the options that you are given. I don't think that I'll be changing anything. I'm gonna stay the way I am, and this is who I'm gonna be. But if you guys have any other questions, please let me know. Put your comment below, or email me, or follow me on Instagram, and then I can give you more information. But soon I will be trying to do more hairstyles, more tips or things that I have learned along the way. But I really hope that this video does help you a lot, and I'm excited and happy that I was able to take that extra step to come out and share that with you. So please don't forget to subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.